Hey, what's good? What would you do if you suddenly got rich? This video from Alux is called 15 Things to Do If You Get Rich All of a Sudden. Let's get into this ASAP because I don't know about you, but I'm tired of being poor. I'm going to keep working on texturing some models in Photoshop and Blender. Before we get into it, remember to go to coconutjustice.com to get you some clothes that I think would look good on you. Let's go. Yeah, you guys ready to be rich? Let's go, Alex. 15 things to do if you get rich all of a sudden. One, shut the hell up. Keep your mouth all the way closed. Don't tell anybody at all. What's the, there's a bunch of memes out there that it says if I hit the lottery, I won't tell anyone, but there'll be signs. Boy, when I'm rich, I'm going to be a handful. I'll be out this bitch. Actually, no, there's a lot of social things we need to fix, so I'd be leveraging that. But I would be having a good time doing it, though. Anyway, come on, Alux. Give me the shortcut.
This is the Sunday motivational video. Every Sunday, we bring you a different type of video, which should improve your life. Today,
go.
we're looking at 15 things to do if you get rich all of a sudden.
Let's go.
Welcome to alux.com, the place where
That's
future
it.
billionaires come to get inspired.
Yep.
Hello, Aluxers. This is going
I'm going to point that out real quick. I'm going to let you guys flash back, though. That little ice cube dropping into the wine. You better be careful who you do that in front of.
be an interesting Sunday motivational video. Although incredibly rare, it sometimes happens that people get a massive influx of capital. The most common way is by inheriting a fortune from a deceased relative. The others are different forms of gambling, like winning the lottery or something similar. But very few of these people are ready for the money, and they'll lose it as quickly as they get it.
Yep.
Statistically speaking, over 70% of lottery winners are back to being broke after 3 to 5 years. This happens because they have no idea what to do with the money. They've never had money, they've never built wealth, and they are eager to spend it all. That's why having a plan is so important. It could mean the difference between this money being a blessing or a curse. If you're new here, welcome. Be sure to subscribe and follow us on Instagram at Alux. So, let's just take a look, shall we, at the 15 things you should do if you get rich all of a sudden.
We shall, young lady.
1, do not let anyone know.
I told you. I am so ready to be rich. I'm going to shut the hell up. Right when I'm rich, I'm going to be like, yeah. Don't let anybody know. Everybody, even if you got a good job, if you got whatever it is, everybody's hand is always out. Government, number 1. Then people that are struggling, number 2. But that's just it. Like we're giving into the system. The system is supposed to be elevating people, not letting them be homeless. That's ridiculous.
Number 1 priority immediately after finding out. Shut your mouth.
Shut all the way the hell up.
To share the good news with everyone you know, to shout it at the rooftops, to shove it in the faces of your enemies and burn those bridges with your newfound cash. That's what broke people would do. You're no longer broke, so privacy is your...
God, they just ripped the Band-Aid off. No, that's what broke people do. God, dog.
Concern. You'll tell them when the time is right. Number 2.
Or never.
Pay all of your debt. This is the first and only expense you should undertake. It's actually a must because debt is what's eating away at your life. As soon as you can after the money hits your account, proceed to pay off any debt you have accounted for so far and then stop. You'll feel like money is no longer an issue and new debts can be repaid immediately. That's not true. Pay off your existing debt and do not create any new debt. Number 3, do not quit your job yet. Quitting your job immediately after getting money is the first domino in a series of events that will lead you to personal bankruptcy in just a few years' time. We are not wired to be non-productive, no matter how lazy you are.
Unless you create your own job. Like let's say you have a full-time job and then you're doing, I don't know, some kind of event planning or something on the side. And you're getting a little momentum in your company, right? And then you hit the lottery. Well, the first thing I would do is take a look at my side gig, my company, and I would see if there's anything I can do to build that up and make that my primary source of income. But if you don't have a side hustle, it might be a little more difficult. But yeah, then you don't want to quit your job. But let me tell you something. Let me hit the lottery or something like that. No, I guess I have to play, but boy, let me hit the lottery. I'll be on YouTube all the time. You guys are going to be sick of my face.
Thing to do. If you're not going to work, you'll be out there chipping away at your good fortune. Although the satisfaction of telling your boss to F off would be enormous for some of you, you'll realize that your feelings towards work have changed.
Yeah, and you got to be careful who you tell to F off. Rich people hang out with rich people, dude. Don't poop in your pool, okay? I think that's the right way to say it. Or don't poop in the public pool. No, like rich people hang out with rich people, and if you're gonna be in those circles, you gotta be careful who you're telling to F off.
The balance of power has shifted because now you have the power to walk away if it comes to it. That said, keep your day job and go about your life in the same way you've done so far. Number 4, secure the money and let it sit for a while. Once the money reaches your bank account and you've paid for your immediate debt, let it sit for a little while. It's not the money, it is you who needs to process this. Your entire life is affected by this financial change, but you're still the same person with the urge of getting everything you've ever wanted. But don't. The best advice is to not touch the money for the first 6 months. That might sound like a long time, but it makes a massive difference into what impact the money will have on your life. Every
you got to practice shutting
up.
About
what to do with that money, and you'll see that in these 6 months, plans will dramatically change. That's why you should not be impulsive with your actions. Number 5. Make investment in yourself a priority. You need to learn before you spend. If you want to keep the money, you need to start learning. You haven't built wealth because you don't know how to grow money, and this needs to change. You need to become a person who is financially literate, who understands how money works before you start moving it around. Not doing this will make you reckless or allow people to take advantage of you. A fool and his money are soon parted. It's a very popular saying throughout the world because it's true, and you don't want to be a fool. You have the luxury of time. Now start investing in yourself. The average person who will inherit or win this much money isn't a sophisticated investor. Do not try to be one. Instead, we recommend you start with the basics. If you're in this position right now, the best book we can possibly recommend you is Money, Master the Game by Tony Robbins. This book will teach you everything you need to know about how a normal person can grow wealth throughout their life, even without a big fortune to begin with. It's one of those books that will be valuable for the next decade. Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. You can find links to everything in the description.
That book will make you wake up on Monday quitting your job.
Do not switch financial advisors. If you've inherited the money from a rich relative, it's likely they had a financial advisor. The proof of their services is in the amount of money you're inheriting. They know what they're doing, and your money is in the right hands. Familiarize yourself with the relationship your relative had and the services they provided. Good financial advisors usually work through referrals and only accept a limited number of select clients. They're expensive because they know what they're doing. A big mistake newfound wealth individuals make is that they move it to someone else who'll dry them out in no time.
Yeah, if you're going to make that money, don't go to Fulanito and tell him, yo, hey, take my money and make me rich. Fulanito's an idiot. You want to go to people who are rich and let them do what they do. Same thing. You don't want to take chances with your car, so you go to a mechanic, someone who knows what they're doing. And if you have a good mechanic, you don't let that person go.
Number 7, get comfortable, but not rich comfortable. Pay off your house, but don't move to a rich people neighborhood. This is the most common mistake athletes make. They buy a really expensive home that comes with additional long-term costs, like property tax, maintenance, and so on. Not only will you spend a bunch of money on it, you've just added a layer of recurring debt to your life. Do not buy every person in the family a car. Cars are liabilities. Your money is wasted away.
Don't go out here like these young rappers.
The goal.
Don't go out here like these young rappers. They meet a girl and they buy them all kinds of stuff. Don't do that.
Fix your life, not completely remodel it or switch it up for what you think your life should be like. Number 8, do not invest in your friend's business or lend them money. At some point, that cat will be out of the bag and the information will leak. Everyone knows you've got the money now. Money that you didn't earn yourself, which means some people believe they are somehow entitled to some of it. Everyone will start asking you for money you'll never see again if you give it away. They all have new ventures, new projects, new ideas, new problems that your money can fix or light up. But this money is your safety net, and putting holes in it no longer makes it safe.
Yeah.
That's why the money is also a curse. Your relationships are doomed. If you give them money, they're going to lose it, and your relationship goes down the drain. If you don't give them the money, they'll resent you for it. But at least in the later option, your children can still afford to go to college.
I mean...
Number 9, do not
your
start a business
don't always
immediately.
have to be... Your problems don't always have to be my problems. You know, I'm cool. I'll look out for people, but, like, there are limits.
We've all had the dream of being the boss, telling people what to do and looking at other businesses like, I could easily do that myself. The truth is, 9 out of 10 businesses fail. You've already exhausted your luck getting the money in the first place. Luck is not what's going to make your venture successful. Start small. Talk to your financial advisor and run all of your investment decisions by them. It's easy to get caught up in the illusion of potential success when you're starting out. The same way this illusion will fade away, and so will the funds you sink into it. Number 10, prepare for change. The more money you have, the bigger the target on your back, because now people have things to take away from you. You are more likely to be sued. People will try to scam you or use emotional leverage to get money out of you. Having money is a lot of work. You'd think life gets easier with money, but the truth is, while some problems get solved, other, more complex problems rise up in their place.
Yeah, but the problems are way cooler. You do have to change your mindset.
Will try to scam you or use emotional leverage to get money out of you. Having money is a lot of work. You'd think life gets easier with money, but the truth is, while some problems get solved, other, more complex problems rise up in their place. And Alexers, if you've...
Yeah, what she's saying is true. Things are going to change, and the way people see you will change. If you notice, when you don't have money, people don't listen to you. When you have money, people have a tendency to shut up and listen to what you have to say. People will also try to guilt trip you, and they have their hands in your pockets and all that stuff. So things are going to change. You need to change your mindset to, instead of being, with money comes leverage. With leverage comes responsibility. For me, comes responsibility. And that responsibility is to improve education. I am going to say that for the rest of my life. We need to improve education. An educated population makes everything better. Everything better. So, all that to say, prepare for change, but have that conversation with yourself when your family members do come or your friends do come and ask you for something. How are you going to handle that? Are you not going to talk to them ever again? Are you just going to give them money? That's not what I would do. Because if you just give someone money, they might come back and keep coming back and keep coming back. Instead, you need to be a builder and build a situation where people involved are benefiting too, and they're invested in this thing. Because with a little bit of money, you can make things happen. You can make a lot of things happen. But supporting bad behavior, and by bad behavior, I mean people asking, for money instead of asking for a solution to their situation. So, hey, a job, or they said not to invest in people's companies, but you just never know. I've had friends that have had very profitable companies that are still going right now, that are still alive right now, and they're making a pretty good living off of it. And I invested in the company. So it depends on the idea. But for the most part, don't just hand over cash. Just be a builder. Be thinking about how to build an environment for the people that are involved. All of you guys grow, and all of you guys are successful. Again, it doesn't have to be I win everything, you lose everything. It could be we can improve ourselves. And you'll find that it's a little bit easier to do it as a group than it is by yourself.
Got money or are on your journey to creating wealth, there's a really valuable video which we made a while back called 15 Things That Change Once You Get Rich. You can find it by clicking in the top right corner. It's a great list of what to expect, and it will serve you incredibly well to be aware of these beforehand. Number 11, focus on getting healthier. You've got money. Now it's time to enjoy it for as long as possible. You cannot afford to be a victim of your own bad choices at this point. Begin with a full medical checkup and then start taking better care of yourself. Pay more attention.
Stop eating fast food and processed foods. You can look at instantly tomatoes and vegetables and stuff like that. Find a way to make fresh food taste good, because this processed stuff is going to kill you early. What good is having all this money if you die quick?
To what you consume and find ways to improve your health. Number 12, the 5% rule. The greatest thing to wrap your head around is the money you just received will not last forever. That is, unless you're familiar with the 5% rule. To put it simply, the money you have needs to be wisely invested so it generates an annual return. If you only spend that return, in theory, your money should last forever. You need to get as close to this as possible. Think of this large sum of money as a money tree. As long as you take care of it, it will bear fruit every year. You can enjoy these fruits, but don't go cutting the tree down as temporary firewood. That is why we recommended Money, Master the Game earlier, as well as Rich Dad, Poor Dad. You need to understand money. The 5% rule comes as a result of average investment returns. If you're smart about it and have your money in an index fund like the S&P or similar, once you adjust for inflation, you should be left with a bit more than 5% returns per year. Assuming you've got your hands on $5 million. Using the 5% rule, that's a cool $250,000 per year, every year. Diversify that portfolio well, and you're set. The problem is, once people see the millions, they don't refrain themselves from spending within that 5% rule. The best book to convince you to change your spending habits is called The Millionaire Next Door. It's a phenomenal book we cannot recommend enough. You'll learn more about how millionaires grow and keep their money than you'd learn in any business school. Number 13. Protect your kids from the money. Not only will your life be turned upside down because of the money, your kids' lives will change as well.
Yeah.
This can be done with
Please
trust,
don't let them turn into
where they
assholes.
get an allowance from the money without allowing the original investment to be touched. That's how the rich are getting richer and how legacy wealth is created. Number 14. Do not cheat on your partner. This should go without saying, but once you've got money, people will want to be around you for their own personal motives. Temptations will be big and mistakes will be expensive. How expensive? Half of everything and child support expensive. This money should strengthen the bond between the members of the family, not drive them away. Unfortunately, not everyone is mature enough to look at the effects their actions will have on their lives and fall into easy traps.
Yeah, some folks just want to make money so they could be out in the streets being ratchet and stuff, instead of actually like trying to do the right thing and improve society. But at the same time, I was young, doing ignorant things. I didn't have any money, but But this is an important one. I've seen people make really questionable decisions to hang out with the haves, Okay, moving on.
Number 15. Play it safe. Why risk it? You find yourself in this incredibly fortunate position that you can provide a lasting benefit to you and your entire family if you just play it safe. Do not put your money into shady businesses. Do not try to push your luck and hope to double your investment quickly. Say thank you and play it safe. Really, the best thing to do is to behave like this event never happened and somehow your debt and financial problems went away. Now live your life in accordance to this rule and you'll be well off. The money will grow and you'll be taken care of if you just don't abuse it. Just to drive these points home, here's a recap of everything you need to do if you receive an inheritance or win a large sum of money.
Get your notebooks out.
Do not let anyone know about the money.
Shut up.
Pay off your debt as soon as possible. Do not quit your day job immediately, no matter how big the temptation may be.
Careful who you tell to F off.
Instead, let your money sit in your account while you get ready to make some moves. You need to smarten up about this and do not change the financial advisor. They'll help you plan and organize everything so you can start buying things for yourself and the family, but within reason. Friends and family members will start asking for.
The important thing for number 7, don't get rich comfortable. I mean, it's lazy. That's lazy. Those are people that look at the people that don't have money, calling them lazy. Meanwhile, the people that don't have money have to work because they have to eat, and the lazy rich, they just look and I don't know what the hell they're doing, but that's an important one.
But don't give it to them because it's a lose-lose situation. Don't rush into starting your own business unless you have previous business experience, because your entire life is about to change. You're now a target and need to rethink everything. If you want to enjoy the money, invest in your health and never spend more than the 5% rule allows, so you don't run out of funds. Protect your kids by setting up a trust fund and use this opportunity to strengthen the relationship with your partner.
And teach those kids how to handle money, how to make decisions around money. Kids are dumb as hell when it comes to money too. They just think that it's always going to be there. Blah, 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 blah. It's not. Especially if you don't know how to keep it, you're going to run out.
Divorces are incredibly expensive, and both parties will end up with almost nothing after the lawyers are done with you.
Yeah,
just play it safe and don't be stupid. And of course, for watching with us all the way to the end, you know it, you get a bonus fact. Here it is, number 16. The law of averages is at play. Whenever luck hits you this much, be careful, because that pendulum swings both ways. The law of averages dictates that an equilibrium should be restored. In the words of Thanos, everything should be balanced. Remember this word, Thanos. Balance, because as long as you maintain it in your life, you'll be fine.
Boy, I am ready to be rich now. I'm going to tell you guys, that's rule number 1. Shut the hell up. Are you guys ready to be rich? What is it? 2025. We all go in and everyone's going to be successful. Woo woo. I wish you nothing but the best of luck. I hope that one day these guys are going to make a video about how you watched Coconut Justice on YouTube and then you just blew up. You got a whole bag of money. I wish that for you. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Share it with each and every one of your friends. And if you want to come hang out with me while I work on creative projects, we're going to be watching videos and stuff. So hit that subscribe button and then click the little bell and set that to all. That way, every time I come out with something new, you'll be alerted. Don't forget to go to Coconut Justice to get you some dope gear. And with that, I'm out.